Hello, welcome to Blood Moon Oracle this evening. How are you all doing tonight? Let's see. Hope you guys are well. Today, the allergies were much better. I'm happy today. But I'm here tonight to do another late night reading as I feel called to come and read a little bit. Tap into my intuition and do what it do. I hope you guys are well. Blood Moon Oracle, like, share, comment, subscribe if you have not. Um, these are general readings, so if you are looking for something personal, you want to just stop by and say, "Hey, girl, how you doing? Here's my email." Feel free to do so. Um, so tonight we're going to take a look at the energies coming out from a past, present, and future perspective. Tap into the energy that's here tonight, and then look at a couple of different offshoots of that energy. At some advice coming in for the energy and paths that may lead from the different advice that you'll take. We're going to look at a couple of different options coming in around advice and take a look at how things could actually end up if you take the advice coming in through spirit, okay? So let's see. First of all, we have the Fool coming in. That's the past energy. And I often get the energy of the Fool being just like this new beginning, a new direction. You know, if you were going left, now you're going right. And so the Fool talks about the innocence of being on this new path, not really being familiar, not really knowing a lot about it, possibly being in the energy of a new direction, a new experience, even. There's something in the past where you decided to start in a new direction or start out on a new path. You started something new that you possibly didn't have a lot of experience with, something that took a little bit of trust and faith and gave a little bit of adventure. It was a little exciting, whatever this was. This also feels like something that caused you to be a little free spirited too. Stepping in this direction was freeing in many ways. If there was something that you were very much used to, going in this other direction was releasing. It was liberating in some type of way for you. I don't feel any hesitation either. This feels like just heading towards this, unafraid and uninhibited as well. The Fool is up for the challenge, up for the ride, up for the adventure, right? And so there is some possibly new direction, something new you kind of stepped into here in the past that required some trust in God, in the universe, in a higher power, in the powers that be, that they will catch you no matter what happens when you head in this direction. And if it happens to end up being something challenging, that you'll have what's needed to come out of this with what it is that you desired going through it. It feels a little adventurous, taking a detour here in a new direction. What is this Fool in the past? What is the Fool in the past? And just to let you know, I am using my Crow Tarot deck. I'm also using my Crow Oracle deck, and then I'm using my Oppositions deck. And so we'll take a look here. So we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Three of Cups, clarifying the Fool. So this could be taking a chance on yourself. This could be money related. It could have something to do with a decision you made that not only pertains to you, but it affected everyone that you're connected to. A family level decision that you made. The Ten of Pentacles is the energy of, I feel like there was a decision that you made, though, but it wasn't just your decision. It was a decision that you made with someone else, possibly a life partner. Whatever that decision would possibly land you, the idea behind this decision is to move towards stability. The Ten of Pentacles is stability and away from struggle. It's moving towards things that's going to give back a reward, right? That's going to increase your abundance, your net worth. Yeah. So this decision you made, I feel like possibly not only involved you, but you made a decision that involved someone else. This might have been a decision that you made along with your life partner, possibly. I'm getting that, or someone else that was very significant. The Three of Cups gives me that energy as well. Meaning it's not just you, but it possibly was even a group that it would affect. Now, the Three of Cups came in on the shadow side, talking about difficulties. And so this decision that you made may not have been accepted by the group. Everybody that was affected by it may not have been on board with this decision, but you possibly have the authority to make the decision concerning others. The Three of Cups says that they may not have liked the decision. There was some difficulty arriving at this decision to move in a whole different direction. And you have ties with people that may have felt like you were leading them into some crisis. Yeah. This might have put you in a difficult space making this decision, probably had you walking on pins and needles or feeling like you're walking on eggshells. Yeah, this might have brought up some situations here with this decision that you made. Now, presently, I see the Eight of Swords. There's something about where you are right now that makes you feel restricted. But the funny thing about the Eight of Swords is sometimes it's all in your head. It's how you're looking at it. The Eight of Swords is the illusion of restriction, but it's not. If we are willing to actually utilize what's there, there's a possibility of getting out of this tough place that we're in, this tough situation. But there feels like being caught between a rock and a hard place right now. There's something about being in a situation or in a place where you're viewing it as being restricted. But this might also point to limiting beliefs, needing to challenge your belief system in some type of way. This might, in fact, be you stepping out, right? The Fool steps out into a new direction, and with the understanding that, hey, this is new, It's going to be difficult. This gives the energy, the Eight of Swords, of pioneering, stepping out into something that may, first of all, not have been done for those that are in your generation or those that are around you. Is something that they don't do, something that may not have been done. And so there's the energy of pioneering and possibly feeling kind of stuck in the energy currently. And there's something about not having vision here because the bird has a blindfold on. But all you have to do is take off the blindfold, right? And you have your vision back. There's something about not seeing your power in this situation. There's this message that's coming here with this Eight of Swords. Spirit is saying, right here, right now, that you need to take your power back. There's something here about looking at your situation from a different angle. Yeah, this is challenging. Yeah, there's some things that look restricting and overwhelming beyond what you're capable of handling. But this is also about you looking inwardly and discovering the potential that you have to meet this challenge. Let's see what this is. What is the Eight of Swords in this present situation for my viewer? Ooh. So this could be about money. It could be about opportunities. We have the Ace of Pentacles coming in on the shadow side. Ace of Pentacles on the shadow side. And then we have the Queen of Wands coming in on the light side. And the Six of Wands coming in on the shadow side. And so first of all, what's sticking out is this pentacle, the grubbiness of the hand on the pentacle. Is almost like not wanting to release something or not being fearful of releasing something. So why is this Ace of Pentacles here on the shadow side? Being distracted possibly, and possibly not being aware of overdoing something. And that something could be like overspending or using too much energy on a situation that doesn't need, or pouring energy in an area that is non-productive and it's not going to benefit. So this is the giving attention to detail, especially if you are still in the newness of this experience or you just started something new. This is having to really pay attention to how you're utilizing the resources and choosing carefully. This is also about choosing carefully who you depend on or trust in this situation that you're in. Something about that's significant too. But right now, what's coming out most is that this is not a time to be relaxed. There may be a need to strategize here, plan, even study what it is you're doing, put more mental fortitude into what you're doing and not just kind of going along with the flow, and prepare. This feels like there's a lot that needs to be done here. The Queen of Wands came out as well, which is a very beautiful energy if you ask me. And I feel like there's a lot of confidence where you are right now. Yet there is still work to be done, right? not just enough to be confident. There may be some specific things that need to be done where you are in this situation of difficulty. There's something difficult in this situation. Maybe you don't see the solution here. That's the Eight of Swords. Feeling like you need to move and do something, but not sure exactly how or what that is. And there's something about you feeling confident and understanding your role in where you are right now. There's a very soft, um, but energetic energy that you carry. It's almost like even when you're struggling, you don't look like it. You look like you're just handling things like it's any other day. Like you handle it, um, you know, with confidence. You handle it in a way that people may not even realize you're having this issue right now and right here. Yeah. There's something about being, even in this position you're in, you sit in the energy of being able to inspire those around you. You have support and people are uplifting you, even if you don't see it, even if you don't feel it. That's the energy that I'm feeling for you. Now, the Six of Wands does come in on the shadow side, talking about choices again and making sure that you are not only thinking of yourself, but there's something about also considering how your choices are going to affect those around you, giving more thought to that. I know with this decision to move forward, there was some who frowned upon it with the Three of Cups or felt like that they were going to be negatively affected by it. And the Six of Wands is saying to make sure that you are actually giving thought to how it's not only affecting you, but those that are connected to you as well. And also to understand something about the influence, the power that you hold, not to overlook the potency of that, like not to overstep your bounds when it comes to exercising power or influencing. Because there's something about being insensitive, possibly here, and even coming across as controlling. But there's something about you getting the victory here, but you have to be aware of the difficulties in the situation. There's some things that you'll go through that there's just not going to be a way around it, especially when you talk about pioneering. Many times these are those that have been chosen to go through something first. And those may be paving that pathway, paving that way may in fact cost something. And there's something about being in this position right now where there may be something to pay forward, right? There may be an exchange needed in order to successfully move through this position where you are right now. The Six of Wands does bring success, but it's at a cost. There is something that is required for that success. And every choice, every action has some ramification, some reaction to it, right? And so there is possibly something that you are paying in exchange for where you're going, what you're doing. There's a price to it, is what I'm hearing, that we sometimes are very much willing to pay. When we step into new spaces, we understand especially when it's a type of um, activity or it's a place that has not been very widely accepted. We automatically understand that there's going to be certain challenges to come with that. There might be certain things that will now become off limits, because of the path we've chosen to take. It feels like something like that, feeling like you're restricted, but in fact, you're not. There is work to do, right? There is a need to address this situation with dignity, with pause, so that you can think things through, think your responses through, think your choices through clearly, be willing to do the work, right? To open up different opportunities and solutions whenever you hit a wall, right? Feels like it's doable. But there's something about right now that's making the moment feel difficult. Possibly even feeling like you're unable to move in the way that you want. But Spirit is saying that's not so. There is some work required, but you're not stuck. Okay. Then we have the Knight of Swords coming in reverse in the future. Now, this is interesting because as you move forward in the future, the Knight of Swords actually upright is actually someone who's quick to go and get involved with a challenge. Someone who charges towards things many times without even allowing anything to get in its way. It's pushing everything out of the way to charge towards what it is that is calling. There's like this sense of youthful enthusiasm that the Knight of Swords brings, this energetic energy to get a job done, this fervent desire to rush towards it and complete it. It's almost like a desire to rush forward and create that path of success, right? Which I do feel like there's something being created here. But when it's in reverse, this is a lack of being able to focus and channel the energy correctly. There's a need here possibly to focus on something specific right now. But there may be several other things in the picture, and so the difficulty in focusing on one thing has become a challenge for the Knight of Swords, okay? In the future, there may be several different opportunities. You may be stepping into a situation or a time where you'll be multitasking and working on several different things. But the challenge of that is there could be things that you have to do that requires your full attention. There could be things that you're learning and mastering that requires your full attention, right? I did a reading earlier today. This could be kind of intermingling that reading. So if you haven't watched that, go back and watch that. But it talks about stepping into this energy where you are recognizing that you are multi-talented, multifaceted. You're like this, you carry this energy of like the jack of all trades. But there's also a saying that the jack of all trades is the master of none, because he is spread between all of these things. You never get to master anything because your attention is spread so abroad. Mastery requires intent focus on the thing that you're mastering. And that would require for you to put everything else down and master one thing at a time. And so this feels like that. It feels like a challenge coming in, but the attempt is to master or go in and complete something, but the attention is in many different places. Feeling scattered. And the need in the future is going to be able to direct the energy into a single purpose. And so there might be a need to set certain things to the side for a time being while you're actually focusing on one thing that needs all of your attention, channeling your energy so that you can actually complete this or move forward in this appropriately. Not a lack of energy, not at all. The energy is all there, right? But it's a matter of channeling that energy to the right place. Okay. This may also be a need for ideas as well. Why is the Knight of Swords in reverse in the future? Oh, the Knight of Wands on the shadow side. The Knight of Swords in reverse in the future, and the Queen of Pentacles on the light side. So immediately the Knight of Wands on the shadow side comes through, and the Knight of Wands carries a little bit of the same energy as the Knight of Swords. It's very inspirational energy, courageous energy, moving forward. All the knights carry that energy of moving forward, trying to get something done. But on the shadow side, the Knight of Wands is a lack of self-control. Again, it's that scattered energy, impulsivity, like moving on things before getting a clear picture of what that needs to be, how much energy you need to put into it, when you need to do it, how you need to do it, why it's right. It's not getting enough information before doing it. Again, going back to that pentacle, the Ace of Pentacles on the shadow side, needing to plan and strategize and study. And so there's a little bit more work possibly Spirit is calling as you move forward to do more groundwork. Do more groundwork here. And think more long term. And also, the Knight of Wands many times really would benefit from focusing on self instead of being outwardly focused. The Knight of Wands can sometimes suffer from needing approval and looking for okays from outside of itself. And there's something here about being self-approved. There's something here about being self-approved here. And understanding, again, the need to rise up into this situation, like with confidence or power, right? With confidence in yourself, knowing who you are. Like, there's something about this Knight of Wands on the shadow side, like everybody can see your strength, your value. Many times it's us that can't see it. And so what you're looking for outside of yourself, when you're looking for someone to say, good job, or, Yes, keep going like you already know. Spirit is saying, look within for that. Because you'll never be too busy for you, right? Um, the Queen of Pentacles coming on the light side is a very supportive energy. Nourishing energy is balance. This could be someone coming in to assist you too. I'm feeling that with the Queen of Pentacles. This could be someone coming in to assist you to come into balance here in the future. Yeah, there's something about this Queen of Pentacles that will bring in more balance, right? And there's something very valuable about this energy. She may be very uh, rehearsed. She may be very mature in what it is that you're trying to do and can bring in a little bit more insight in how you can get more balanced and stay balanced. Uh, the Knight of Wands may be someone coming in offering to have you do things really quickly. And wands usually are, get it done type of energy, but sometimes the wands lack patience and wisdom. And sometimes the wands lack foundational things, right? The wands is all go, 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 let's do it, right? So whoever this Knight of Wands is on the shadow side is someone who possibly will have you rush through, possibly taking shortcuts or not getting all the information, just kind of taking risks without considering the cost of the risks. The Queen of Pentacles is actually well thought out, very mature energy. She has actually experience and wisdom under her belt. She's not easily moved or thrown off. She's not looking for quick gratification, right? She's in it for the long haul. She's looking for results, not quick gratification. And so this may be a couple of people coming in the future to assist you with some things that might help you with that planning and that strategizing. Yeah. Now, as I look as well, I do see the Page of Pentacles. One of the possible options you have in the future if you implement the advice that we'll take a look at here. And so the Page of Pentacles brings in strong energy about starting something new. Building something new that's going to end up being very lush and plentiful. Things are blossoming all around and, taking care of things as they start opening up opportunities. And so the Pentacles for the page is really being able to not only envision the path that you want to travel, but actually being prepared when it starts to unfold and, being able to experience that as well. Because pentacles are material. So we're talking about, actual practicality in life. And so this is also experiencing your visions. Mm-hmm. achieving success. Also, spending the time. Pages are getting to work, doing the work, and it's spending time developing not only the vision, but preparing, where this is going to go. And so it's almost like implementing, the practical parts of this. The pentacles are dealing with skills and achievement when it comes to the desire. This is where the magic meets the road, okay? Where the rubber meets the road. And so in the advice around this Page of Pentacles, being able to realize this, we have community coming out. Community. This does feel like a continuation of the message that came out earlier. It could be, but that was a great message too. Again, if you haven't, go back and watch that message. I think it was called A New World Opens Simply Through Curiosity is the name of that message. But community is part of the advice that Spirit is giving around realizing and being able to see the vision come to life, come to fruition. And community is a part of that. And so community is talking about a place to retreat. It's talking about a place where you can go to be encouraged, where you are accepted, where you're affirmed and comforted, where you can lean on people, the community, right? And groups of people who feel at peace, right? Especially during difficult times, right? This is like a place where you can go and get rest, not physical rest, but the rest of the peace of mind, right? And serenity. This is almost like a nudge to connect with people that pull in towards you, people that interest you. This will probably offer opportunities for you, but it also will become a part of you connecting with other people that have similar goals too. So when we talk about community, we're talking about something that you will benefit from, right? And so this may be a time to examine, like the people that you're connecting with, the places where you're going, the beliefs that they stand for. Does it align with your goals? Does it align with your beliefs? Your philosophy? That's important. And this may cause a little bit of friction because sometimes we align with certain communities because they are a part of our history and our past. But when we've grown in certain ways away from certain parts of our upbringing, right, we find ourselves a stranger or isolated in the midst of a community, right? There's something about needing to reevaluate to see if you still align with the community that you have connected yourself with. Sometimes that can be more harmful than good when that happens, when we align ourselves with things just because it's familiar, just because it's something that was very, it was very significant for where we were at some point in the past, but it may not be anymore, right? It may be more damaging than anything. And so, especially when it's not aligning or there's some conflictual energy with where you stand right now. And so there's something about re-evaluating or re-examining the community to see if you still connect with it, if it's still impacting your decisions and your perceptions in a positive light. Community is coming out here as something that Spirit is bringing up and advising that you examine in order to create the possible future for this Page of Pentacles. Talking about practically being able to experience what you've envisioned, okay? The other piece of advice is in sacred space. So we have community, and then we have sacred space. Now, sacred space is pretty simple, okay? Sacred space is, as we can see in this picture, we're looking at a nest, right? Which represents the home. It represents a place where you feel safe and comfortable. It could be in the woods, in the forest. It could be at a beach. You know, it could be in your car, right? When you sit and just people watch and just calm your mind. Sacred space is an inner space where you're able to go to, right? And it's also connected to a belief that you have as well. This is a place that actually, again, like I said, it brings comfort and it nurtures your development because it creates the environment that's conducive for your sanctity. It's like your sanctuary, right? Yes, you can have a sanctuary outside of a Ephesus, right? You are the sanctuary. And this particular card that came out is 43. It's being brought up because there's something about you being called to rejuvenate your spirit. Like there's some need to bring the essence of your soul back to life. It's time to reconnect with healing energy within your sacred space. Do you have a sacred space, right? Is there a place where you can go that just says healing, right? When you go there, it just shouts healing. You don't even have to say anything. You just step in it and you're like, yeah, okay. Do you have one? Do you make time to connect with this space? And again, as I stated, I want to make it really clear, we're not really talking about, even though I mentioned physical places, really what I'm talking about is you moving into an environment that's conducive, right? For this sacred space, for your sanctity, okay? Do you have a time, a space that you set apart for this? Okay, this is what it's calling for this card. This is what this card is calling for you. And so this is possibly what is being called for this Knight of Swords in reverse, that shattered energy, right? This is the solution to that. Bring that energy back in and focus it and center it and recharge, right? Your spirit. creating space for yourself, making time for the things that are important. This nest represents a time and a space that shows what's important to these birds, right? It shows what's important. Now, in this case, you are what's important. So, how do you make a sacred space for yourself, to nurture yourself, to protect yourself, to, prepare to heal yourself, right? So that you can continue to thrive. That's what's necessary for the Page of Pentacles to take place. That's an option. That's the first option, is the Page of Pentacles. Realizing, right? Implementing skills, honing in on those skills and focusing in a way that's going to place you on this practical experience that you've envisioned, okay? What is this experience that you've envisioned? What is the Page of Pentacles? I know we have the Ten of Pentacles, which was kind of like having this sense of abundance, right? Being led to a place of just complete completion when it comes to, your abundance for you and your family. The Ten of Pentacles. And so the Two of Pentacles came out here to clarify this Page of Pentacles energy, and then the King of Wands came out as well. So first of all, I'm feeling like the Page of Pentacles is that Jack of all trades energy that's coming out. It's almost like there is a desire to experience everything under the sun, right? It is the full energy, being prepared for any challenge, any opportunity that may come up, right? And so the Two of Pentacles is being able to multitask, or actually delve into many different things, right? Experience, any and everything that's in your heart's desire. Yeah. Being able to welcome and receive, these opportunities that pop up. The Two of Pentacles could also be good health. The time, being surrounded by people, having resources, and being able to use your skills to maintain those things. And not getting bored with the Two of Swords. This is talking about dynamism and change being your best friend, right? Just jumping from thing to thing, experiencing life, kind of like a cornucopia of just beautiful experiences to choose from. Now, the Knight of Wands, it doesn't really say what it is, it just says it's more about the experience, right? Being able to experience whatever opportunities come before you. I feel like I'm talking to someone who definitely is faceted. There's many different parts of you. The King of Wands talks about management as well, managing your kingdom, your queendom, um, and doing it with power, with wisdom, with charisma, with strength, being wise in how you choose your allies and who will actually come in and be a part of this process to help, to advise. It is leadership position as well. And being really balanced. I'm getting that with the King of Wands. It's almost like you could have anything, that your heart desire, but yet there is a level of balance and responsibility that's held with that. It's not going too far, it's being balanced with wisdom. Though you can have anything that you absolutely desire, understanding that not everything is going to be beneficial. That's what the King of Wands is giving. And so this is like being able to experience that cornucopia with a level of discretion, right? Yeah. Now, the second option, if you are open to following the advice that Spirit is giving here, is the Knight of Pentacles. Now, we went from the Page of Pentacles. Now we jumped up a notch to the Knight of Pentacles. And so the Knight of Pentacles, whereas we have the Page of Pentacles, which talks about this starting level of learning a new way of being or a new way of creating something for yourself, implementing that. Now we jump up to the Knight, which is a little bit more advanced and skilled, a little bit more than the Page. This is somebody that has a little bit more experience under their belt. Still not at mastery level, but this is someone that can be trusted, right? With tasks and assignments. The Knight of Pentacles is ready. Like I was talking about the Knights, like they're ready to do it. And it doesn't take long because they have this sense of, all the Knights are fire energy. So they stay ready so they don't have to get ready. But the Knight of Pentacles is actually the one who has actually seen this vision that the Page has had, right? Because it's a step above. We're past this just visualizing. The Knight has seen the vision and now is ready to work. And the Knight is really determined and is ready to actually carry that vision forward, carry it into fruition. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is also the slowest moving Knight in the deck, the Pentacles. And so this Knight is very methodical, right? This may be just what's needed in this situation, more methods. The idea around make sure that the task is completed completely and not leaving until you know it was done right, ensuring that it's done successfully, even before starting the next part of the task, right? It's being methodical and meticulous with every single step, every part of this process. Yeah. This is actually a high level of integrity. The Knight of Pentacles brings someone who keeps their word and carries it through. The Knight of Pentacles is really concerned with making sure things are done to a completion and done correctly. And that there is success that ends on the other side of it. Now, in order to get to this place, right? And so This feels like this could be someone who is more in line with allowing others to come in and assist, right? So the page may be you taking on this task to really see that it gets done, setting out to start it. The page feels like it could be even more on a overseeing, still working, but still overseeing. So this is you pulling people in, right? And overseeing what's being done to bring this to pass, right? So this could be something that you take on yourself, the first option, but this could also be something that you kind of pull others in to do the work while you be more like a overseer of what's being done. You're working, but you're also overseeing at the same time. Now, the advice coming in, the first one is perspective. Okay. And perspective is kind of like the hangman. Perspective is taking a look by stopping and actually allowing yourself to see things from many different angles. And when you take that moment to stop, to disengage, to open your mind, and see the situation from a different perspective, you might actually realize there's more information available that assists you in ensuring the best outcome, the best course of action that can be taken. So there's something about Spirit advising you to stop rushing or not rush, to slow down and take your time. Even when it comes to making decisions, to slow down. There's something about needing more information or needing to see something else here before you decide. Needing to see all aspects of a situation as well. There's something more that you need to know if you're going to take this route. Yeah. So this is possibly something that you might not jump into right away. There may be more information coming out here before you make a decision or before you move forward with any decision, like before taking any risks, before going all in and starting. There may be something more that you need to see if this is the route you want to take. More like in an overseer type of energy, jumping past that beginning level of, acquiring skills and just jumping right into doing, right? Or allowing others to do while you do like an overseeing. The other piece of advice is observation. I feel like there's something that you don't quite understand. There's something that you may not have seen yet, or you don't know, something that you don't understand, something that Spirit wants to show you first. If you're going to choose the Knight of Pentacles as your method of moving, right? And so observation is learning from others. In this picture on this card, the crow is actually watching a spider. The crow could actually just eat the spider and not even worry about it, keep on about his business, but it's learning from the spider. It's observing the spider. It's analyzing the spider in its habitat, in its situation. And so there's something about waiting. There's some information that may arise here that hasn't come out yet. There's something that hasn't happened yet. And so there's a need to wait for something to reveal itself. This also could be needing to just watch and learn, sit back and watch more, and not really get involved yet. There's still something that you need to learn here. And yeah, there's something here about sitting back and watching, sitting back and learning. Now, with the Page of Pentacles, this is all about the cornucopia, you being able to experience with discretion, right? Anything that comes forward. Anything that comes forward. Now, what about the Knight of Pentacles? What does the Knight of Pentacles entail? Okay, so I have the Five of Cups and the Four of Swords. Both coming out on the light side. So the Five of Cups, she's definitely enjoying her flowers, very happy. Possibly there's a flower that she's admiring and playing with, and she's kind of moved the other flowers to the side. This is you being able to really enjoy what's in front of you or what comes up, the opportunities that come up, and not really associate yourself with things that limit you or slow you down or make you sad. This is something the Five of Cups always talks about: painful experiences and learning from them, though. This is seeing the value in the experiences that you've had, not having to follow in those steps anymore, not falling in those traps anymore. There's going to be a specific period of time where you feel like super dynamic, like super attractive, super abundant, super active, right? And this is through meditation and releasing. The Knight of Pentacles does represent healing. One of my decks has the Medicine Man represented as the Knight of Pentacles. With this movement, the Knight of Pentacles brings in a level of healing. This could, in fact, be you moving into that energy and in some type of way being like this super attractor. Like, I feel like there's some effect that you'll have on those around you, being able to connect with those of you around you and offer what you have. Through your learned experiences. Now, the Four of Swords is also talking about battles and difficulties, a moment of rest. This is almost like having a lifestyle of fighting or standing for something, possibly even standing for people that don't have a voice, but offering just a moment of rest between, As I'm looking at him in this picture, he's sitting under a tree. His sword is, plucked in the ground as if he's taking a rest between battles, recuperating and restoring his energy for the next, battle or next fight, the next situation. That will probably be him battling many. Yeah. This assures victory, though. Whatever happens in, worldly conflicts, there is a sense of assuredness over any type of insecurities. That's why he's able to rest. This is assured victory over any conflicts that would arise when it comes to even conquering yourself, conquering your fears. And there's something about releasing the need to compare yourself or, battle against others. There's this rest that happens within. And I feel like this is really talking about entering into a time of peace, creating something around that energy with the Knight of Pentacles. Again, the Knight of Pentacles is the medicine man, right? And this could have something to do with you entering into that energy, not only entering rest for yourself, but also being able to share that with others, offer that with others. Now, before that came out, what fell out was the Eight of Pentacles and the Temperance. On the shadow side, this has something to do with work, kind of working some things out, looking at solutions or possible ways to implement this. Now, the Eight of Pentacles coming out on the shadow side, this is doing a lot of hard work, expending a lot of time and energy and hope towards what you're working for. Giving all your effort. This is going to need all of your effort in a time of just constant working, right? To no fail. There's something about not holding on to things along the way that don't seem to be working out, like utilizing the wisdom of moving on. If there's something that you find yourself working on and you end up losing money and time and effort, like there's something about taking your losses and knowing when to move on to the next thing. There may be things on this side that not every idea is going to prove successful. It's almost like take it and then keep moving. Don't stay stuck there doing something that's not working. Use wisdom, okay? The Temperance also came out on the shadow side. And the Temperance is warning not to get stuck in situations where you're not free to act and think. And be awakened to those things that try to limit you. And discern what will take you out of balance. And when that happens, like make sure that you're aware of that and do what's needed to bring yourself back into balance. And if there's anything that dulls your shine, like do what's needed to, reconnect with your heart and your joy. That could be physically, that could be psychologically. Make the necessary adjustments here. This feels like it's going to be hard work on this side, okay? On this side, it feels more tedious and difficult here. And I feel like on this side, we're talking about more of a healing endeavor. I just feel that with the Page of Pentacles. This feels like you setting an experience for others, where the other side with the Page of Pentacles really feels like you endeavoring and experiencing yourself. And so that's what I'm getting. If the Knight of Pentacles sounds more along the lines of where you envision you setting the environment for others, an environment of healing. Yeah. And there's something to be learned here. This is not going to be as easy as it looks or sounds. There's even some putting off. This is not something that you'll be able to jump into, even though it is a night. But there's some learning here with perspective and observation still. Okay. And I do feel like this has some commonalities with the message earlier today. So if you haven't listened to that message that I read earlier, go back and listen to that. This may very well make more sense if you take a moment to listen over there as well, okay? That's what I have today. Thank you all for stopping by, taking a look a little bit deeper into past, present, and future, which we did earlier with options, okay? All right. Until next time, you all take care. Thank you again for stopping by. It has been Blood Moon Oracle, bringing in the energy right now. Again, this is a general read. It may not resonate for everybody, so don't try to make it fit. You don't have to. If it resonates, cool. If not, it doesn't have to, okay? If you're looking for a personal read, here's my email. Also, I have my calendar down in my description box. It'll always be there. You can go straight over there as well. Let me know, okay? Just want to stop by and say, hey, that's fine too. All right? Until next time, I will see you all later. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks for stopping by.